In today's biased news, the world eagerly awaits the release of nearly 200 names on Epstein's list. Harvard's president is forced to resign after a theatrical hearing, and an Israeli drone strike kills a key Hamas official. A New York judge is on the verge of unsealing nearly 200 names tied to the Jeffrey Epstein-Ghislaine Maxwell child sex trafficking conspiracy. These individuals, previously anonymized as John and Jane Does in court documents, were revealed through legal depositions stemming from a 2015 defamation claim against Maxwell. The deadline for objections to the unsealing passed nearly 9 years after the initial claim, which resulted in the identification of numerous associates of the disgraced financier. The legal proceedings also triggered a series of civil lawsuits, most notably against Britain's Prince Andrew, which was ultimately settled out of court without an admission of liability for a reported $12 million, which, let's face it, is an admission of liability. This case laid the groundwork for a federal sex trafficking trial against Maxwell, who was found guilty on 5 of 6 charges and sentenced to a 20-year prison term in December of 2021. Despite expectations, the release of names from this defamation suit might not necessarily lead to new criminal charges. Jeffrey Epstein's death by suicide while awaiting trial in 2019, which itself has sparked a number of plausible conspiracies, coupled with Maxwell's conviction, seemingly concluded the federal prosecutor's efforts. However, the imminent release of names is anticipated to be a significant embarrassment for many high-profile figures connected to the Epstein-Maxwell saga. The list is expected to include associates and employees of Epstein and Maxwell, as well as individuals who had flown on Epstein's private planes. Of particular interest are the John Does, whose identities will likely draw intense scrutiny. Notably, a former US president, actors, academics, and the reclusive British prince are expected to be among those revealed. Claudine Gay, the first black president of Harvard University, has resigned amid a complex situation involving allegations of plagiarism and criticism stemming from a congressional hearing on anti-Semitism. Gay faced intense scrutiny following a congressional hearing where she, along with presidents of MIT and the University of Pennsylvania, responded to questions about the handling of rising anti-Semitism on US campuses. A claim, of course, only now being made as thousands of protests in countless universities worldwide show their support for the Palestinian cause. The attempt in these witch hunts is to equate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, which is absurd, as asserting that the Israeli apartheid regime represents all Jews is itself anti-Semitic. Gay's response, stating that it depended on the context and when, quote, speech crosses into conduct that violates our policies, drew criticism from both Republicans and Democrats. More than 70 lawmakers, including 2 Democrats, called for her resignation, and high-profile Harvard alumni and donors echoed similar sentiments. However, over 700 Harvard faculty members expressed support for Gay, demonstrating that the false outrage stems only from political and capitalist circles. The manufactured controversy surrounding Gay expanded beyond the congressional hearing, with scrutiny of her academic career. Conservative activists uncovered alleged instances of plagiarism in her 1997 doctoral dissertation, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. The university conducted an investigation, concluding that there were, quote, a few instances of inadequate citation, but no evidence of research misconduct. Gay nonetheless committed to updating her dissertation and making necessary corrections. Amidst personal attacks, threats fueled by racial animus, and what she described as a heavy heart, Claudine Gay announced her resignation from the presidency of Harvard University. Her departure marks a challenging chapter in the university's history, characterized by Zionist pressure, external criticism, and scrutiny of leadership decisions. A drone strike on Beirut's southern suburbs killed senior Hamas official Salah al-Aruri on Tuesday. The drone hit a Hamas office, leaving 6 people dead, according to Lebanon's state news agency. Even before the attack, the deputy expressed his readiness for martyrdom all the way back in August, saying he had, quote, lived too long already. Aruri played a critical role in Hamas, overseeing operations in the West Bank from various locations, including Syria, Turkey, Qatar, and Lebanon. But more importantly, he was a key figure in the ongoing negotiations for hostage exchange and the cessation of hostilities. The precision strike demonstrates that Israel has the ability to target specific people, but still chooses to carpet bomb civilians. The death toll in Gaza has reached at least 22,185 people. In today's lightning round, Fidelity, the investment giant, has reported a 71.5% decrease in the value of its shares in X, formerly Twitter, since Elon Musk purchased the social media company in October 2022. The filing reveals that Fidelity estimates its shares to be valued at just under $5.6 million. a significant drop from the 19.66 million around the time of the acquisition, and 14.5% lower than the value reported in April. The death toll from the magnitude 7.5 earthquake which struck Japan on New Year's Day has risen to 64, with authorities racing to provide aid to survivors facing freezing temperatures and heavy rain. More than 33,000 people have evacuated their homes, and some areas lack access to water and electricity. South Korea's opposition leader was stabbed in the neck during a visit to Busan. The attacker, a 66-year-old man, reportedly approached Lee for an autograph during a news conference and then stabbed him with an 18-centimeter knife. Lee's injuries are not life-threatening, but he may require surgery. And in positive news for the day, a groundbreaking drug called fezolinetant, marketed as Veozah, has been approved for use in the UK to prevent menopausal hot flushes in women. Over 2/3 of women experiencing menopause suffer from hot flushes, which impacts their daily lives. The drug works by blocking a brain protein that regulates body temperature. Although it will be available privately on prescription starting next month, it comes at a cost of $550 for a 30-day supply in the US. Astellas, the manufacturer, aims to make the drug available through the NHS in the future. The British Menopause Society expressed delight, anticipating improved quality of life for women dealing with vasomotor symptoms. That's all for today. We'll be back on Monday with more news. If you appreciate the work we're doing, consider becoming a patron to support the show. All patrons get early access to analysis episodes, as well as an audio version of the news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.